Welcome to episode 44 of Working Towards Our Purpose. Thank you for being here once again. I always like to start these episodes with a positive thing. So I think the positive thing that's been on my mind a bit is how beautiful the weather has been recently. Last week was just like ideal summer weather, not too hot or humid, just like beautiful, sunny. So yeah, I think it just reminds me that I like living in New England because of the seasons and because it gives you the sort of chance to like appreciate the seasons before they go away. So there's always like a point midsummer where like I realize, oh, it's summer now and it's really nice out, and in a couple months it's going to be probably cold or not as nice out. So I should enjoy what's currently happening. So just wanted to acknowledge that and say that it's still nice out and we can still go out and enjoy the summer weather. And yeah, just appreciate that. I got my bike out for the first time in a long time last week, and that's been kind of a nice thing to do as I'm enjoying the weather. So looking forward to doing some more of that. But yeah, so getting into today's episode, today I want to talk about struggling. I've been struggling this morning, as you could maybe tell by the lack of articulation in my intro. But yeah, last night and this morning been really struggling with playing into fear. Thinking you're not good enough, self-doubt, self-criticism. Feeling like I can't do something, thinking about the future, thinking about the past, just, too much thinking about the possibilities of things going wrong. And yeah, I kind of just wanted to, talk about that. I think I was also, worrying about like, what should this episode be about? There's some other topics I wanted to, was thinking about talking about, but I think as I want this podcast to be sort of what's happening currently and authentic and genuine to who I am, I think, talking about struggling right now seems to be what I'm being pushed to talk about. So yeah, I think, if you're struggling right now, or if you've ever struggled in the past, we all have, I think thinking about it and then thinking about like, what we can do to kind of pull ourselves out of it. And specifically, I think, what I'm struggling with is playing into fear. And I feel like there's always two choices you can pick. That you can either like play into fear, or you could play into like faith or hope or positivity, however you want to call it. And there's always like two ways of looking at things. You can always look at the negative or the positive. That's what I'm trying to say. The negative or the positive. So, when you're in a negative mindset, when I'm in a negative mindset, all the fears, all the negativity is coming through. And I think, I've kind of made some notes for this episode, and I think I have like three steps, I guess, if you will, to try to help pull yourself out of a negative mindset or a negative feeling. And I think the first one is kind of just accepting and realizing that that's happening. I think for me, a lot of times in the past, I can go into negative thought cycles and feel bad about myself and not even really realize that I'm doing it. But I think through going to therapy and working on myself and learning about emotions, I realized that like these sort of emotions and the way you're feeling about something can come and go, and that if you're stuck in a negative cycle or a negative thought pattern, it doesn't necessarily mean like that's who you are. I think I always kind of like tied it to like my self-worth. If I'm feeling bad or negative, then that means I'm a bad person and I'm negative and there's something wrong with me. So I think the first step is accepting that how you're feeling is okay and you're worthy as you are, and there's nothing wrong with you. And I think I constantly have to kind of remind myself that. And, maybe if you need that reminder today that you are worthy as you are, and, however you're feeling is acceptable. I think there's probably a lot of reasons why we think that, or I think that could not be acceptable. But yeah, I think that it doesn't matter. The truth is that you are however you're feeling. So I think that's the first step in trying to get out of this negative cycle, is to first just accept that. And then the next thing that you can try to do is just focus on the present tense, because a lot of things, a lot of the things that you're worrying about, or that I'm worrying about, they don't have anything to do with like right now. They only have to do with things in the past that maybe I should have done this, or maybe I should have done this, or maybe I shouldn't have done this. Or it's the future, thinking about, well, I want this in the future, but I don't know how to get there. Worrying about if I can get there, or, certain monetary things. Will I have enough money then? Will this thing make me enough money? So just worrying about things that really you can't do anything about right now. The present tense is the only thing that's real, and it's the only thing that you can actually do something in and focus on. So trying to get yourself to the present tense. And I think that trying to do, there's things you can do to like get yourself to the present tense, and that's kind of what I was doing with my morning. So I just paused because I was looking at these 3 steps that I wrote, and step 2 and 3 are basically the same thing, just bringing yourself to the present tense. So in that case, we have 2 steps today. So I got 2 steps for you. One of them is just accepting, like I said, and then the second one is bring yourself to the present tense. And so that's what I've been doing, kind of with my morning, trying to do things that bring me to the present tense. So for me, going for a run is good at helping me become present, because for me, running is a difficult thing, and you have to like focus on, putting one step in front of the other and running and not stopping, and, thinking about your pace and stuff. So that's really helpful. Walking is also really helpful if you're not a runner. I think going for a walk can be really helpful to get out of your head, can be helpful to like focus on other things, interact with nature, being outside. Something else that can be really helpful is yoga, I've noticed for me. Cause it's like a simple thing. I do YouTube yoga, and I'm by no means an expert or anything. I just started one day on YouTube. And I do these 10-minute yogas, and they can be challenging sometimes, but it's just and I'm sure this is, proven in yoga books 1,000 times over, but doing something as simple as just like moving and breathing how the instructor is telling you to do, it doesn't leave room for like thinking about other things, because you're like, I got to put my leg over here, and then I got to put my arm up here, and like you're constantly kind of just like moving your body and breathing, and then before you know it, you didn't think about any of the negative stuff that you were thinking about before you started yoga, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a break. Another thing that I like to do is journaling, and that can be, sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad, but I think all depending on how you're feeling. But one thing that was helpful for me was practicing gratitude, and writing, physically just writing down the things that you're grateful for. And I think that that's always a good thing, because when you are practicing appreciating the things that you have, it becomes really hard to think about the things that you don't have, or to think about like, oh well, maybe I should worry about this or that. When you're actively being like, I'm grateful for the food that's in my fridge because I won't go hungry for the rest of the day. Like you can't think negative. It's like there's only space for one thing to exist almost. And then lastly, I think slowing down is helpful. I think for me, when I have a lot of things that I want to do and I'm trying to focus on too many things at once, I could feel like I'm not making enough progress, or I'm not doing enough things, I'm not working enough. And you I kind of just like keep falling down that pattern of not enough, right? Because it becomes like, oh, well, these are all the things I want to do. I'm not doing them fast enough. I want to do more things. So that means, I'm not good enough because I should be making more of them, doing more things, accomplishing more. And then it just, gets you right back down to the you are not worthy sort of thinking. So yeah, slowing down, taking some stuff off your plate if that's what's necessary, focusing on one thing, and really just trying to, get back to yourself and be comfortable with like however it is that you're feeling. And I think something else too that like I'm noticing as I'm like going through my morning is that once I did sort of accept that maybe I'm not feeling great and I'm going to like try to take it easy. Like I thought about the podcast. I'm like, okay, if it's a little shorter today, that's fine. At least I got there and was authentic and myself, and that's my goal with this. So, that's okay. And that's enough. Like it doesn't have to be 25 minutes. It doesn't have to be 20 minutes. It can be 12 minutes and that's fine. And, just again, kind of practicing in real time, accepting how I am. And, that's pretty much what I got for you today. Might have been all over the place. Hopefully it helps somebody out there. As always, you can sign up for a purpose call session with me for free for 30 minutes. There's a link in the show notes, and you can always follow me on Substack for more working towards our purpose stuff and writings. And I will see you on the next podcast next week. I hope you have a great week and enjoy the weather. Thanks for listening.